talk a little bit about a topic that I think some people may or may not have a understanding of. Have you heard of the word self-healing? And well, that's thrown around a lot in the medical world, but it's not really recommended for some reason because most of the time doctors or people in the healthcare industry they believe that you can be healed in a way that requires prescription drugs or some kind of pill. And so we have bought into that idea that to heal we require that we have a prescription. So that's a thinking process that came about in the medical matrix, what I call the medical matrix. And so we have been programmed to think that every time we get ill, every time there's a accident, or every time there's some kind of trauma that we go through, a pill is required to help us with the healing process. But I am here to tell you this morning that you can self-heal. And it may sound like it's woo-woo or something like that, but it's not. Our body is designed, it naturally has the ability to repair and restore itself after illness, after an injury, and after some trauma. And that can be physical healing and mental healing. Okay, so that is some of the things that we're going to talk about today, just real briefly. Okay, so now that we know that our bodies can heal, we want to see what is required. What's required for our bodies to heal? And so this is an educational video. For those who don't know me, my name is Sharon Fant. I'm a registered nurse and I've been working in healthcare in the medical field for over 38 years. And I am here to help you become the healthiest version of yourself and to help me. So I do these videos to help me as well. Because it is my desire that people be healthy, because I do know that when you're suffering from illness or you've had some kind of injury and you have to go through the healing process, it is challenging. But today we want to talk more about something that we all have the ability to do without pills. Okay, if at all possible, we want to do it naturally and holistically. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about physical self-healing. And with that, the body's immune system works to fight infections, and it also works to repair damaged tissues. So we have this system in our body called the immune system, and this immune system is really, really good at bringing about healing, fighting infections, repairing damaged tissues in our body. Also, the cells in our body, many of the cells in our body regenerate. And also the new blood vessels begin to form to supply the injured areas. Okay, so that's how marvelously made the body is. Bones can heal through a process called ossification. So there's all these different processes that our bodies can use to heal itself physically. Now, these are just a few things, but because I can't go over on this little short video, I can't go over all the things that the body is capable of doing physically to heal itself. It's going on in the background. Okay, we don't see these things happening. It's all internally occurring. So that is what the body is designed to do, and what we have to do is let it do its work. All right, now that's the physical self-healing. So let's talk a little now about the mental self-healing. So let's talk about the brain. The brain has the capacity to adapt and cope with stress and trauma. But sometimes when we have too much stress, too much trauma, it can be delayed. The healing process for that can be delayed. Even though there's the ability to do it, our body is not equipped to handle over overdue stress, extra stress, stress we put on ourselves, stress our family put on us. We're not designed for that stress. The stress that you take on that belong to other people. Okay? There are many people who take on other people's stress. And I want to say you need to stop doing that, okay? If at all possible. Stop taking on other people's problems, okay? Because you need to heal yourself. They need to heal themselves on their own journey, okay? They have to do it on their own. All right. Now, emotional resilience helps individuals overcome challenges and maintain mental well being. But in today's society, it's really challenging to have a mental well being. Very, very challenging. So, with that being said, also there is what's called psychotherapy and other interventions that can support the self healing process when it comes to mental self healing. Because sometimes the mental aspect is so overwhelming and so hard to deal with that you have to get a professional. You have to get someone to help you in that realm. All right. So, some factors that can influence the self healing journey that many people are on is age. Depending on your age, it's kind of hard to move forward on some things. Your overall health, if you've had chronic diseases, and when I say chronic diseases, that means diseases that you've had for over a year, 2 years, 3 years. Some people have had what they call chronic diseases for over 10, 15 years. And we're talking about diseases like diabetes, hypertension, COPD, kidney disease. All of these are considered chronic diseases, and you've had them for a long, long time. But you've had them for a long, long time because you have not been treating them to heal. You have been treating the symptoms of these chronic diseases. And so you have not been on a healing journey. You've been on a managing the symptoms journey. Okay, so that's what I can say about that. And if you want to learn a little bit more about that, join us in the Holistic Healing Circle, or you can just book a call with me. I have information in the description box how you can book a call with me. Okay, so we can talk about some of the things that you have been going through. All right, that we might be able to support you in or help you in on your healing journey. Just because you've had it for 10 years don't mean you have to have it another 10 years, okay? Now, you want to promote self-healing. And some of the ways that we can promote self-healing is by making sure that we get enough sleep. That's one of the things that people do not get enough of these days. You want to make sure that you're eating a healthy diet. And believe it or not, some people are not sure what a healthy diet is. And if you're not sure what a healthy diet is, go ahead and book a call with me. And let's talk about it. Getting regular exercise. These are some ways that you can promote self-healing, supporting your own body and supporting your mind to get self-healing. So also managing your stress levels, like we talked about earlier. Some people take on other people's problems. So you can stop doing that, okay? Seeking professional help when it's needed. I know sometimes in some communities it is taboo to go to a psychiatrist. I don't know why it's taboo, but it's just something that's been ingrained in that community that causes people to not seek help when they have psychological issues going on or have mental issues going on or they have too much stress and they can't handle it. All right. So let's stop that. All right, let's go and get professional help. And believe it or not, not just even in the medical, not medical, in the world of mental health, people don't seek help. But also sometimes they don't seek help in the physical world too. Some people will not go to doctors. I know my grandmother; she hated doctors. She would not go to a doctor, and as a matter of fact, she kept putting off going to a doctor until it was too late to go to a doctor. She ended up in the emergency room in her later years, and she whatever was going on with her, the doctors thought they needed to do surgery, and then they went in to do the surgery, but they had to close her right back up because her insides were very, very damaged, and there was nothing that they could do about it. So that's how much she hated doctors. Now, there's one thing to hate doctors and don't do anything to help yourself, but there's another thing to not like go to doctors, but use natural and alternative methods. There's all kind of other things that you can do to heal and help self-heal without going to a doctor. If you don't believe in doctors, you don't like doctors, there are all kinds of things that you can do. There's energy medicine, there's herbal medicine, there's all kinds of things, but she did not do any of that either. So I want to encourage people to definitely look at, if you hate doctors, go ahead and look and see what other alternative medicine is out there. The United States does not have a monopoly on what can be done for healing. Okay, so there's other countries that do other modalities that work. Okay, these modalities that they've been using their country for centuries, they work on Americans. Okay, so I want to encourage you to do a little homework, start researching alternative medicine. Start researching alternative methods for healing the body, the mind, the spirit. All of that is going to be necessary for anybody who don't like doctors. And there are people, just because you don't like doctors don't mean you cannot heal. Okay. Now you want to also it's also important to note that self-healing is a complex process, and it varies from person to person, depending on the individual, depending on how the people think about it, depending on your belief systems and all of that. The body does have the potential to heal itself. You have to believe that it has the potential to heal itself. And some of that may require time. It's going to require support from other people. Many times you can't do it by yourself. Okay, there is no way you can do it alone. You definitely will need some kind of support system, some kind of accountability system, and with that, also some appropriate interventions. Like I said, look at the alternative ways that you can heal outside of prescription medications. Okay, so that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. I can ramble and go on about self-healing because I think it's very important that people believe that they can heal. They believe that it's possible that the chronic illness that you have can go away. I want you to believe that it's possible. All right. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for listening to me. For those who are listening on to me live, thank you for that. For those who are listening to me on the replay, thank you for that. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to stay connected with me and my channel. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you will get a notification every time I go live. All right. All right. So that's it for today. We will talk to you again tomorrow.